We got the Ace of Swords here in reverse with some wealth in reverse. So somebody could be lying about not having money, lying about being broke, lying about you don't have any more money left to complete a mission, or that I don't have, or whatever this is, that there's no wealth. Somebody's lying, saying that somebody's a brokey, they're broke, something like this. It could be a filmmaker. Somebody might want to put your life on, exploit. It's like somebody want to live a life of exploitation with no reward or no finances coming in or nothing. Like somebody want to just, I don't know. This is also what's making me think that, oh, people's net worth and stuff like this in the industry is not really what it's cracked up to be. Like these homes could be rented, gift, something like that. It's something that's phony. This could not be in everybody's life, but in somebody's it is. Maybe these people that were taking money from a money tree, they were really paying their way when it comes to something, or things weren't leveling out like it's supposed to. But this could also be like a low budget, like B class. Somebody like, cause my person, my dude, he likes he likes like B class movies, like lower class movies or whatever. He like those movies that be like about, like made like some sorority brothers or something make a movie. Like he liked the movies like that. Like I don't even know what the name any of them, but they're kind of lower budget. There's no real famous people in it or something like this. So somebody could be trying to do some uplift that kind of thing, but I feel like the fact that they had to restrict those of us that would be like in Hollywood and higher, the fact that they had to try to tear that down to, it's still bringing the nation down to a third world country. All right. This could also be preparing a floor for like, you know, what is it called? Bollywood or whatever, like India's Hollywood. You know, is opening, or like Africa even. I'll be seeing a lot of little movie skits and stuff like this in my feed. Again, this is like, these are also like, YouTube class like movies and stuff like this. Like I don't know, it's lower quality media, okay? Nothing wrong with that. Somebody starting off doing that or something like this, but to cover the whole expanse of what movies and media would be, I don't think that that's the right way to go. So whoever this filmmaker person is in reverse, this also giving me the Lockheed kids when she had that best friend that was like he was a dude and he was a filmmaker or whatever, and he went off to college and he came back from college, and I think she was dating that one dude that was kind of manipulative. He was kind of manipulative. He was trying to get close to the family so he can get the keys, so he can get access to the other world. And he was using that, I call her high fashion. He was using that other girl to keep a hold of the daughter's fear. Okay, so somebody is acting like I have no fear. They have all the instructions, but these are not their instructions. Let's pretend they're my instructions for what I need to do next in my life to move into another dimension. But somebody has my instructions, right? And I never had, even if they've been waiting for me for 5 years to get on the path, I never had the instructions. I never had the guides. I never had the angels guiding me. They were hovering, watching, stalking, taking, compiling up information, digging in my past, whatever this is. They couldn't find me doing nothing now. They could have been trying to messengers and stuff like this, meddling. All right. But for some reason, which makes me think that they had to kill a clone. They had to kill the clone with the Ace of Cups that was fullest and then swap it over. This could also be Forrest Gump energy, where somebody was born mentally challenged, and then I was born very intellectually something, but they put a stigma on me to say that I was mentally ill, so that they can use this money or have access to things that belong to me. Or they could have like been trying to delay me, or also letting other people use my brain power or my gifts or my skills or something like this to empower other people. And so say this person has now they have the information, whoever, now since it's not me, they're going to open up doors for this person, and they're going to tell them exactly what to do, when to do it. It's something like that, okay? They allowing them access to my memory, so it doesn't matter if I say it online or not. Me speaking online and speaking my piece is just showing that if something were to turn around in this case or in this situation, they will be able to document me in real time discussing this stuff. So it will be a proof of some kind of, that there will be no way for me to know these memories, or if it's not me. If somebody else come out with a book about me next year, they're saying, okay, you don't know how to maximize on your, but that's not what this is about. I'm guessing for Jesus to stay alive or be Christ and reign over all the people and everything like this, or be higher than all the people and the people be like animals or something, that would be the gift or something like this, to put the person in a position of power. And then the money would actually come, or the gifts would come and be bestowed upon that person. They're like, I did all the rowing and all the tugging and all the crawling and all the getting out of the pit and everything. And then something like this is something like that, okay? But I was also thinking about that. Somebody could be saying that it's a little sister or something like this. What was I gonna say? Because in Damsel, remember, she was in a pit, and then when she got out of the pit, her little sister got in the pit, and then she had to go back in the pit, I think, at the end, and try to get her sister out the pit. But this could be like a child of yours, or somebody that was created off of your, off of your genetics, right? Almost is so creepy. Like, these people wanted to have me around the way they wanted me to look and be. This version of me that God chose, not what the people chose, like it says in the Bible, but what God chose, is not suffice for them. And so they would go to the limits of cursing God, or trying to block us from heaven, or trying to kill God in order to make sure that I don't reach the heights, because they have a plan for me to die. And if I don't die, I'll just have to sit back and have to watch somebody else get a turn with everything that God instilled in me, that shall not be separated from me and kept in these people. And they're going to use it now to go ahead and push through something. It's almost like somebody's like, oh, we were doing this so you could be born again. Like on Long Legs, when the mom was like, oh, I'll do it over and over and over again for you could be reborn or something. But the more you're being reborn, the more you're being taken away from what God created. So it's like somebody don't like this holy sense of purity. That's why they haven't been able to, like, kill you or me directly, and you don't exist no more to yourself. Like, you don't, when this right here is not talking and waking up like, oh, I woke up today and they said I wasn't going to wake up. They said they killed me, but why am I still in my energy? But there's a sense of stagnancy, right? Is what the spell work could be. All right. But I feel like everything is being put in place. That's what I'm hearing in the background. All right. So they think that this is what they're doing. All right. Yeah, we could have science in reverse, or a scientist in reverse, because they was using something to imprison somebody. They could have been using science or technology to imprison a person in any old kind of way. All right. And then they shouldn't have done that with the full card in reverse. They could have even been putting like the good angels in prison, and then, leaving the bad people that were going to hunt down the rest of God's children, let them out of prison. It's something like this. Okay. So something could be about to be completed here. Or again, maybe somebody had to, I'm a pull 3 cards to see, but somebody could have had to be in prison just for them to stop doing whatever this is. Or these people have, excuse me, successfully imprisoned someone, like on Earth. Like, you supposed to be in a mission to Mars right now, but you still on Earth. Excuse me. Something like this. So we have completion, and then we have victory here. It's like somebody trying to force you. You're not even training to be in the Olympics, and you got to be big shit to get into the Olympics. And somebody swearing up and down that you in the Olympics, and you don't even run. You're not even fit. You smoke cigarettes. You big. You're not even doing nothing that you should be in the Olympics. But somebody is. If you lose the Olympics, then you're gonna die. But it's like, bitch, I'm not in the Olympics. I'm not doing no sports. I don't even like to watch sports. I'm not in sports. Why would you be putting me in the Olympics? You know what I'm saying? That don't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But somebody's like, well, you're in it, and whatever. You're like, look, I don't have no damn, I was about to say costume. I don't have no I'm not set up for the Olympics. Why are you keep saying I'm in the Olympics? So somebody could be trying to use your image in something. All right, we got the Hierophant energy here. Again, a lot of us could have been, again, this season of whatever this is, say I'm born to Christ, but they was also putting these titles on us. The sons, these is like the sons and daughters or the hidden seed of like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, da 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 da, or these are reincarnates. They could have been in my family. Like, I'm telling you, me, my cousins, and stuff like this. Cause I was thinking about one of the twins, Marcus, how he looked like Martin Luther King. You know, how I look like, no, how he looked like Malcolm X. I look like Martin Luther King. And I really can't see what the other twin brother looked like. The other twin brother, I think he kind of looked like his dad. And whatever his dad could have been, this energy or something like that. Like his dad could have been a god, or, you know, like a Zeus, or, you know, in a past lifetime. I don't know. Something like that. Okay. Again, like I'm even just seeing that picture that we took when I was in the middle. It was both of them on the side of me and I was in the middle. It could be, again, it could be something about my genetics that's just different than everybody. I'm just looking at it like that. So this could be also something cultural, or just it's robotic, or it's programmed. Because cultural, I did a video on culture a long time ago, like a deep dive on culture. And what I came up with in the video is still on this channel, but it's back when I used to do like researching books and history and stuff like that. And I came to the conclusion it's like something that's really man-made. A lot of this stuff could be things that people read wrong or thought wrong. Or imagine if people was in church drinking blood today when they do communion instead of grape juice or something like this. I don't know what they drink, cranberry. I don't know what they drink, wine. I don't know. But with the cracker, and somebody was actually giving vials of blood out to drink. You see what I'm saying? So there could have been culture. There could have been stories or wise tales from cultures that be like, oh, our ancestors used to do this, but it wasn't really drinking that. It was something else. They said that they was drinking blood, but these people could have been drinking pomegranate juice. You know, and you got people in the world sometimes in rural areas that's really drinking blood, like straight blood from animals. You know, a lot of this stuff, I feel like it was misunderstood or miscalculated or something like this. Okay. So, something about this musician energy, keyboard player, and this person. So this could be like a mastermind or something like this. Somebody's also obsessed with dancers or strippers. Like, we're not talking about strippers that strip people of their identity and give it to other people, or strip people of their essence and their souls and stuff. We have those strippers too. And a lot of people, they be trying to admit, like, well, I was a stripper before I came here, because they was the people that had to strip a lot of people down and then add up the energy so that they can get through the gate, so they can be famous or whatever this is. Some of these people was doing that, especially women. So again, I'm picking up that energy of when it says there's no good men in the Bible, this is talking about women too. All right. Or this could also be talking about like people with like not American pride, but, you know, people that value what a man is supposed to value, whatever you think that would be. You would think family, protect, provide, whatever. That's what people have told us for a long time. Who knows? Because if they restricted women from providing, back in the day when there was a matriarchal society, the women were also hunters. The women were also going to get the meat and bringing it home. The women also had alternative, more manly duties than the men in some of these times. So it depends, okay? So we got, again, but this is looking like that kind of dancer. A performer. Something like this. All right? And then we have the match. Whatever these people are talking to, that they think they talking to God, these people's like, no, you heard that God was talking to you today or something. How would you know that? Like, because I don't talk to my God like that. My God, the way he talks to me is through my blood flow, my oxygen, my breathing, my, you know, I don't know, or my knowing or something like this. But these people are on some kind of messaging system thinking that they talking to real God. And this is just like some old vampire, or this is something like this that got all these people in the head or whatever, that's in control of all these people, and then they mad at you because you don't have to listen to this person, and this vampire can't totally take you out the game or something. But it's just like, hey, that's not my fault that I was made like this or something like this. Okay, so somebody could be going there with something. All right, so we got this dancer doing something, or somebody could have got caught. Maybe they tried to clean up somebody's image. They could have cleaned up a person's image. So let me, like I told y'all before, say you had a best friend. The best friend was a dancer. You was not a dancer. You might have been an exploited individual when you were younger. Somebody was secretly exploiting you. Okay? God washed away all of that. Woke you up right now and said, rise up, my child, do this and that. But while you were rising up, these angels and or these demons or whatever, they were recording you. They were trying to do stuff. Every time you go somewhere, they're using people to invade your privacy, go in your hotel room, do crazy stuff, hide in your bedroom and sneak around your room. They was doing like mischievous things or whatever to try to get you to make it look like you're doing something wrong, when God said, just sit still right here and let me make them your enemies, your footstool. You did that as much as possible. You know, you still got to get up, do your responsibilities, your little responsibilities or whatever, but you kind of cut everything out. You did that. Well, this person could have been already dealing with this person in another realm or in a second life. They was trying to figure out how to clean up this person. If this person was a stripper, a drug addict, and all this stuff, they try to put that shit on you or me, and you never did any of those things, right? And then now they just try to compare who's the winner here. Or all their sexual partners. Somebody is mad at you because you had sexual partners they didn't know about. But they sat here and watched this person have sexual partners that they knew about. You get what I'm saying? Publicly. Everybody knew that this person was fucking people and doing this and sucking everybody's dick in school. Even if you was on that, you wasn't fucking with people at school, or you was on your own thing. You wasn't like, you wasn't exposing your business like that or something. But these people could have ran around in cliques of fucking. You know what I'm saying? So they erase that or whatever like this. They polish up this woman. These people been living with money. You could be the one that's abundant, but the person was taking the abundance from you, spending it over there because this person, I don't know, do something better than you, or got something better than you, or look better than you, or something like this. Okay? Funner than you, something like this. Okay? You got all them kids over there. They don't have no kids over there. Like, it could be something like this, a dynamic like this. So somebody was trying to hide a person to try to make it seem like that person was pure. But the mistake that they making is that you really made of purity. You really anointed. You really chosen. You didn't go to church, and your daddy didn't have a church all your life, but you was anointed. You did what you wanted to. But this person, their parents could have had a church, but they was a freak in the streets, possibly. You get what I'm saying? So they wanted to clean, because this church and these people is in some scam together. They wanted to clean up their child's image and let them be me, who God chose to be me, right? That's some shit like this, y'all, for real. And so now somebody tried to act like, so they had to go back and really dig to find this other person's sins, or to find their dirty work, or to even go through my Akashic records and or my phone or whatever it is, which I shouldn't even have one, to try to gather the information on this person. But somebody could have found this. They could have found out that the person left you and called you all filthy and everything, even though strippers don't have to be filthy because they take off their clothes. I think it's an art. But that's the point. This person could have even exploited you and say they put a camera in your bathroom to make you look like you online trying to make money off your naked body in the bathtub on OnlyFans or something. You never had an OnlyFans, but somebody made this so that if somebody ever came and said, the bitch that you've been giving the money to and spending all this time, she's the dancer for 20 years. It wasn't your fucking wife. And then they say, but look, she got this online. You don't even know you got this online because you didn't put it online. This person got a team of nerds, a geek squad that ride with them that can set people up. Have people set them up, make money off of people or something like this. But they wanted to be able to say, you got naked online. What's the difference? I never got naked online. It shouldn't be no naked pictures of me on nobody's phone. No full-blown naked picture. It shouldn't be no naked pictures of me on a camera ever. It shouldn't be no fucking naked pictures of me nowhere. Fully naked. It shouldn't be. With my face on it, naked, whatever this is. So, somebody could have did something like this. All right? Now, somebody could have got caught and now they want a truce. I tried to shuffle some more, but truce was the next card, but it came out again anyways. So now somebody want a truce. Because now there's some people here that could be on the low. We're not even going to put no energy in their direction because we just going to praise God and we just going to hope that this is what's going on. We're going to command that these workers that are getting paid, and that's what you would do if you came in the office and your workers ain't working, and say, hey, get back to work. What y'all doing? We need to finish up this deadline. You're going to command them to go back to work or something like this to do the things that they came here to do. You see what I'm saying? These people be mad because they didn't try this with their turn. They didn't really feel like this or something like this. Or they got engaged in all of the little fun trickery and stuff like this. They wasn't really trying to be orderly. They were having fun tormenting people and haunting people and stuff. They was not trying to get things ordered and move dirt and debris out the way and try to get to that foundation to clear everything so that they can start with something fresh and clean. They was starting with chaos and mess and playing around and immaturity and shit like this. All right? So again, somebody could be in a disappointment here. All right, because some lover situation or some marriage is over, or they're not going to be able to stay married to this person, or some marriage that they try to go and elope and get into is an illegitimate marriage or something like this. Okay. Or maybe somebody didn't got married a lot of times or something like this. And then we have the therapist here. But I really think that we got the therapist in the upright, but I really think that this is, I don't even think they have people for whatever some of us have probably suffered from mentally with technology and stuff like this. I don't think it's a therapist. Because why would you need a therapist for somebody did something to you mentally? Well, I guess it's times that it bothered you in that much. Some of us just need like a lawyer or some type of form of protection. We also need to know, we need somebody to be held accountable or to take accountability and to express what they used. It would be just like, okay, somebody's sick from a surgery. Okay, before there's a malpractice suit or something like this, we need the doctors and we need all these people to huddle around and tell us what exactly did you put in the IV. We need to know what time everything happened. We need a detailed report of what y'all was doing. Okay. So if this was if this is some type of organization or company that was utilizing you because somebody had a conservatorship, well then who had the conservatorship? That's who we need to talk to. And we need to talk to whoever the people is that okayed some type of something, because you could be 30 years old right now and never knew that somebody did a case study on you. You never agreed to it. They didn't have to come in your house with a little bag or whatever and hook up some shit to you on your kitchen table or something like this. The way that they can do this is with direct weapons from a distance now. They didn't even have to talk to you to do whatever this is that these people could be doing to someone. So we need to know what agencies could be the ones that are liable for using this person's energy with this name, or this social security number or whatever like this, or this insurance, or, well, it wouldn't be insurance because this would be something else. It's just as simple as that. How many companies delve in this type of work? Because it sounds like when this person is talking about what could have happened to them, that they're talking about this type of AI, or they're talking about this type of whatever this is. So it's sure, if the person don't even know about this, it's sure that the description of what they're saying, it sounds like this kind of study. It sounds like Operation Bluebeam. It sounds like Monarch Butterfly. It sounds like this. They're gonna say something like this, or one of those other junior programs that nobody never really talks about. But remember, this could be somebody that studied all these programs throughout the test of time, and they're like, dang, what was that one little study that they was doing around Operation Bluebeam? But it wasn't that, and they only used like 20 people in this study, but it really went under the radar and nobody really revealed the name of it. It's classified information. Oh, that one. Yeah, it might be these particular people then that was doing this to this person, because that wasn't even out to the public. So what this person is describing, these would be the symptoms of a person would be having that went through that type of fucking experiment. And so that's a start. We can start right there. Because I remember they only told us a couple things. It can make you do this, X, Y, and Z. Or we're trying to do this, this, and that. And we're getting this things out of these people when we use this thing. So, do you get what I'm saying? Something like that. Okay. All right. So, we got ruin here in reverse. So, somebody could have been trying to ruin you. Maybe there's a upright therapist or somebody that doesn't have no dog in his bone, or somebody that's on your side. Because maybe somebody was always doing this stuff, but because they had a conservatorship, but they were using their lawyers and doctors. Remember what I told y'all about when you get your when you buy in a house and you get your inspection, how some realtors and inspectors are really close. They'll even refer each other sometimes. And then they be having private conversations. So in cahoots, somebody might be like, well, I did see this. And they be like, don't say nothing because I've been with these people for so long and they not picking no house. So just don't give them, like, don't go too crazy. But just, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They could be having, like, you'll have to trust. Or you can go get your whole own inspector. You don't have to use the one that the realtor give you. You can just call anybody and get it done. But after years and years, I'm pretty sure all these inspectors have mixed and mingled with lots of different, over and over again, with a lot of different realtors. So, most realtors probably know most of the inspectors, and most of the inspectors know the realtors, and they got their own way of, like, communicating with each other so they could get houses sold. It's something like that, right? So somebody could be, they could have a whole networking system where the whole thing, this is how these type of high crimes happen, because everything is sold up. There's steps. And then after some time, this paperwork get filed like this paperwork, and all that fucking paperwork. And then, the lender or mortgage, whoever you're going to get the lending for the mortgage, boom, that's another. Somebody is running a network like that, where it's general things that people use every day when they sign for houses and stuff, but it's turned into something that is I don't know. Okay? It's turned into something that's something else now. Okay? And then we have strife here. Okay? Somebody want to battle somebody for something. There could be also a girl that's more of like a stud energy, a soft stud, that's battling a male. They both might like sports and everything like this, whatever. Okay? They could be battling each other or something like this over something, because somebody thought that they was in true love, but something is not true love here. Somebody's name could be Daniel, or this could be like about the book of Daniel, or something that happened in the book of Daniel. Daniel, Danielle, Danny, Dante, Dan, Danny, something like this. Okay? And then we have this person here. I don't know why I feel this sick feeling in my stomach. Like, somebody, it'll be like, it's just something sick. Like, somebody could be like going through something, like, get the fuck away from me. Like, it was a movie I seen when this guy had hold on, y'all. It's this movie that I seen where this guy was like going through, it's like a haunting movie or something like this. He was being haunted down by something. You know how most movies like that is. And he hadn't talked to a friend or whatever in a long time, and he was going crazy. He was about to kill himself because running from this thing or whatever. And it'd be like one of the movies where somebody come and meet at the diner down the street. Meet me there at 3 o'clock in the morning. I just can't sleep. These things are after me. And somebody's like, hold on, I haven't seen. Okay, I'll be there for you or whatever. And then the person come and sit down and blow their brains out at the table. Or, you know what I'm saying? They just don't know what to do. Somebody could be going through like a manic situation right now because they're having dreams or visions. Like, you could be waking somebody up. God could be waking somebody up to like, wait a minute, don't you, this is not your wife. 20 years ago this happened to you, or 15 years ago this happened to you. You woke up with this person. This is not your real wife, or this is not your, one of them kind of movies. Somebody could be going through something like that, or they could have. But this is creepy because it's like a so-called family that's like supposed to be your family did this to your family. You have a big family. It's people in the neighborhood you went to school with, teachers, lawyers, doctors in your little town or something. Family members on all sides of your family that decided to pick your family. Because I was even thinking about that energy with Davina and those harvest girls being picked by that community or by the witches or whatever to be those 4 harvest girls. But that'd be like somebody picking you to be a harvest girl and you're not even a witch. All the other girls, they've been doing magic all over town. Everybody's seen them in the process. You never did nobody's seen you do magic or it ever work or anything like this. But they're just gonna add you to the thing and just say that you're a harvest girl. Like you haven't been around witches, you don't know witches like that, or you don't know that these people are witches, and somebody's just adding you to the list. It's something weird like that. So you're like, this would be like military grade weapons or higher. So I would just be able to use, I'm pretty sure there's other terms, but like domestic or something like this. And I feel like these people think, oh yeah, she's saying all those things, she about to get cut. But you was never a part of whatever this is, this oath that these people took. Because I think that the oath of silence was just basically a bunch of people that agreed not to say nothing to. It's an antichrist movement. That's how I'm looking at it. The caliber of people that could be included in this, people was throwing it up in the air like, oh, this is just what happens in Hollywood or something. Nobody talking about the shit that was happening in small towns everywhere, or just in the middle, in the midst of the garden, or in the middle USA. It's could also be something like that. You would, or middle class. You would not think this is happening amongst middle class or poor. You would think that this is only happening to people, you know, in wealthy or elite circles, or, you know, things like that. Because I'm getting like something that's really creepy. Like, it's like an aunt or a grandmother or something. They've been on this planet. They'd had like 3 centuries or something like this to get their shit together. You come along, these people don't even regard you or something, and then they just think that they're gonna not regard you, restrict you all your life, kill you, and just be you, because they still couldn't get it right, their own self. So you've been not getting shit out of life, but you've been carrying everybody on your coattail, and it's time to cut it. It's time to cut it. These people have had ample time. There's nothing even in your life that somebody could look and be supposedly jealous about. I guess instead of as the fact that you were the only one being genuine out of thousands and millions of people or something, or the only authentic thing. But there's nothing that happened in my life anyway, I don't know about somebody else's, that people should be really that jealous of. I mean, I don't know. So then it goes down to, it's like, who somebody is that people really got a problem with. Without all the social media status and credentials that everybody say that they have, they still can't be that unless they take everything from the person that don't maybe have that to be that. So why would you be telling me, go back to school and get your doctorates, go back and get this? You can't be who I am. You want to be who I am without that. Why would you try to convince me to go get that? Because you got that, and you can't be who you want to be, which is me, with that, without that, or with that. Do you get what I'm saying? The reason why you all up in my business because God or something already showed you that I am that. It's not my social status because I don't even get no likes. I don't really post nothing like that on my page, on my Facebook, on my Instagram, or on my YouTube. I don't have that much of a following, so you can't say that people are all eyes are on me because of that. I've always had a simple life. You can't say that people was all eyes on me because of my simple life. It's a million other people that live in middle class America in some decent looking house with kids that, you know, taking care of their kids or their family. You could go to any house in this neighborhood and you're going to see the same thing. Excuse me. That's strange, ain't it? You want me to step outside of myself so you could be me. But you got all that shit that you talking about somebody else don't have. A thin waist, money, clout, all this other shit. But you trying to trample down this person that supposedly ain't got shit to be them, or put their boots or their shoes on and walk around in. We got sorrow. I really feel like this is one of those crews where you got to kill somebody. Again, this is peer pressure or bullying or some kind of gang related, like something that a God is not doing. Somebody could even be with somebody that murdered your child. This could be your baby daddy or your husband or your father or brother or something. Somebody that they're with could have murdered your child. They want to put this in your Akashic records like you did the murder to your child. And then take away your Ace of Cups so you can't figure out what they did. Why something is stalling. Why do you feel like somebody trying to point their fingers or put guilt on you? Because something that happened here, somebody could have put this on another person. Because they like this person better. Because this person does what they do. And who in their right mind would be with somebody after they know that that's why I said somebody's mind is swapped out or something like this, okay? Yeah, there's some kind of dominion here. Somebody wants somebody to be in a gay relationship, or there's some type of dominion that a person wants over somebody's life here. This person don't love you. They just don't want you to have it, or they don't want you to have love. All right? And then we have a star or Aquarius in reverse. Because this is solid, very something here. I feel like whoever this is, they had a prominent life. Their name is going to be written in some old clippings or a newspaper article or something in the future. Yours isn't. But, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's somebody like that. We have the Emperor here. Maybe this Emperor's child or a woman connected to them is this Aquarius in reverse. Maybe somebody didn't. This could be somebody that owns some kind of company that does cloning or something. They didn't know what their child was doing underneath their nose. Maybe to another person that was important to them, important to their research or studies. It could be a different child or something like this. Because somebody could have been lying about something. All right. We got the swiftly energy or swiftness with the swiftness or with the quickness. Somebody could have lied on somebody and then left or jetted out with the quickness to go towards the wheel of fortune. All right. And now there's a problem here because something didn't work out with whatever they went towards in some relationship or something. Or this is, like I told you, somebody could be trying to get away from somebody and get out of a situation with the quickness. This could be a man that's realizing or somebody realizing that they've been duped or something. I told you they've been using technology to age people or something like this. Somebody could have found out that they was getting married to or sleeping with their own daughter or somebody that they respect's daughter, and they like, ugh, hell no. We got a truce. This could also be somebody that they know that you're coming up for another situation or another mate or something like this, and then they're trying to say, okay, we have a truce. I'm going to go back home and be with that person, but you cannot come back here. It's something like that. Yeah, some kind of loss of power, maybe to get somebody to lose power here, so they can throw somebody into the darkness, like into the underground or like into the darkness here. Tie you down. I think there's an alligator and a dog or something, a wolf, or it's two creatures on the side of her down in that pit. All right, and yeah, something about some kind of pleasure in reverse. So I don't know if this person can't have power over somebody. They was not having an affair. Somebody could have got caught doing some sneaky shit. Hangman in the upright, because I feel like these men is not the way that they've been able to play around with women and try to degrade women by talking about the activity of women being all these call girls and everything, when these men were transporting these women without their consent in some of these situations. Women that were up for something. You see, women that had somewhere to go, something to do, something that they were up for. All right, setting up women that were going to go off into greatness. Um, and then how do you argue that? Because somebody got to be mentally ill to even do that shit in the first place. Second of all, to try to prove, because they could have been trying to prove that some women is hoes or something that didn't want to be with them or something like this. And if you said no, then they said, oh, I'll ruin your life. And you don't know what they think. You think you never seen this person ever again in your life. It's been 5 years. Somebody say, I'm going to ruin you or something like this. And you're like, whatever, boy, get away from me. Whether this is somebody telepathically communicating or in the real life dealing with you. And you're like, whatever, boy, going on something. And you find out this person was a part of this program or this clique of guys that was probably not getting none throughout their life. And they're really smart and intelligent. And they came up with some way to, and their parents might have connections to something. And they found out with some way to transport or clone certain women and then soil them. And then kill the clones and take the essence and keep it with itself and leave these women halfway trying to find their way back to themselves or something like this. All right. Yeah, we got some kind of defeat with somebody playing games or gambling or whatever with somebody's life. All right. You saying no to somebody. See, because back in the day, you say no to somebody walking down the street and they trying to talk to you, you're just going to get some foul words or fuck you or something. But this way, what these big boys was playing with, there was a lot of women included with this too that were jealous of these women that were already looked at as like town beauties, or they had some kind of attraction. Even if they wasn't that fine, it was something that they had maybe between their legs, or they had a nice body or something, so they was able to like pull niggas still. This is something like this. The women that was not able to pull people joined with the dudes that wasn't getting none, and they created something. All right, and then we got the Ace of Wands here. The real power is shedding light on something or bringing something, burning something down here. Because I feel like if somebody try to do this to somebody, there's not going to be a tower here. So that's why I'm saying a person is using your name and image or your identity to link it to something that you don't even got nothing to do with. It's insanity. To get something that they can't even get or something that they can't be. Yeah, it's success. Somebody going to have to be at your feet. Somebody's going to have to serve at my feet. We got a filmmaker in reverse. So what do we have? The palace or the royals in reverse, the president in reverse, and then we had Hollywood in reverse. The day trader, stock market in reverse. This could be a collapse. It's like somebody set this shit up real good, because when you pull the plug or you go after these people or whatever this is, it's a domino effect, or it's a house of cards. Like something's coming down, and somebody knew that. But these people are straight. They got money hidden. They straight. So they think it's like the Antichrist or the antibody was the government to America because of the influence. The Ace of Disc, these greens in reverse. Okay. The sun disc or sundial or sun disc is here. This almost look like Judgment a little bit, because you see those three crypts or these three like burial plots. That's usually like on the Judgment card. So maybe somebody got rid of these three people that was being under judgment, and this person is thought that they could sit in this spot and they're being under judgment, like a big giant, like I don't know, like a zombie Goliath. I don't know what the hell this is. Okay, but we got number 9, gain here. Okay, but like I said, these people can sit there and say they didn't know what was going on, because in this situation, like if they try to give something that belonged to you to a spouse, say you was black, we're just gonna say this, and this other person is Caucasian or something, or you're just a regular being, or you're in regular energy, and somebody else is a werewolf. Somebody was catering to the other. They was giving something to those people because of something that they are. Empowering them, allowing them, allotting them. And then we have interference with the snakes in the TV in reverse. We got the devil energy here. Okay. Something very offensive too about trying it. Like, I don't know. So it's like you being ran through, but you didn't even know you was being ran through. Queen of Swords energy. With this Martin energy here, or this Roland energy, or this somebody could maybe be stuck. I don't know. It's like this person is they're being manipulated by what's on their computer screen now. They're trying to create something here, and they can't really get it together. I don't know if this is even somebody like making some kind of AI music or something. Something is not working out for them or something anymore. The Queen of Swords might be able to stop this. There could be something illegal about something what these people are doing, or this is also a way to like steal other people's content and then use it and then put it together with some kind of computer system. And I don't know, they're doing something weird, but it's like, oh no, I didn't steal it like this or something. You know, it's like, oh, okay, I'm not going into the person's Akashic records. I actually went into this particular file. Like somebody's still using somebody else's shit. Okay, put it like that. All right. Somebody's still using somebody else's stuff. They just found a crafty way to do it. Could be illegal, so they're really expressing how they're doing it, but they don't want to change something, or there's a change in reverse. Somebody could have, maybe this is a failure, or it's not a failure. Somebody was actually able to, I don't know. I'm hearing I change if not. You can use that to a certain extent, but somebody didn't fail by trying to get somebody to change. It's almost like going back 10 years to a memory to reset something, or going back to who you were 10 years ago. Like somebody saying it's too late. But it was always going to be too late, because again, you're not a part of this organization. You're at their beck and call or their will, because they were taking something from you and utilizing it and moving around that they was never supposed to take from you and utilize and move around. These particular people was never supposed to have their hands on your body or your parts. It's pedophilia. But they could probably have another word for companies and corporations that are going in and taking stuff from people that's not involved with their companies or their corporations. It's like you never went to go donate plasma, but you found that there's some other kind of company with that bike, that some company found out about your plasma, and since you never went to go donate plasma, they found out about your plasma because they looked at some of your files from an old doctor's visit, and then they found out what your address is, and they worked with your family or somebody else and told them what they could pay them if they could sneak in and just get some sample of something from you one time. You see what I'm saying? And now your plasma is in a database. Samples are there. And they're doing something sinister with it. And you're like, I never donated plasma. The Hierophant in reverse. And that's something very, that's like my bodily, you know what I'm saying? That's like my bodily fluid. Is it even safe? Is it protocol for somebody to be able to just go in somebody's home and siphon this from them? You know, or kidnap them for a week and bring them back home after you got all the plasma you need when they never signed up for, they never went to a plasma center and say, hey, I want to sign up for this. This could be also why you can't trust people, or why fights was going to break out amongst family, because there could be a couple of family members that know what somebody's doing to you and they don't even see nothing wrong with it. They don't see how disrespectful, or they're not seeing how wrong something is about something here. Right? And we got the journalist here pointing fingers at someone. Okay. And then we have abundance here, where these people are celebrating. It could be a group of people. The downfall of a filmmaker or something like this here. Somebody could also be blaming someone, like, we killed that because they was doing this. I'm gonna find you and kill you if you was recording me. But this is not even the person that was recording nobody, because these girls was involved in the recordings too. They just blamed it on this person. Yep. And now this person is not pleasured with these people anymore. We got the universe. Somebody could be stepping down from the universe to do something and going back. You could have told on these people. You might get a victory against these people if the people in the universe was coming to do something weird to you. Yeah, it takes somebody like this Queen of Swords to point it out, because other people don't see it for what it is. They could be directly working with these people and keep coming down here doing certain things and leaving. They working face to face with them. They talking to them, communicate with them. They get intel messages, beeping messages from them, pages from them, and everything like this. You do not. But these people did not see. They just thought, oh, they just come, they nice. I just give them this, and then they just go and they give me money, and it's okay, and nothing bad ever happened. And then you don't even know about this, but with your intel, you're able to pick up on this. You're doing a reading, something like this comes out. You tell on these people of the universe when you have not. You might be the one being poked and probed by them. And this could be also why Jesus said, even the ones that pierced me. You pierce people with a needle and siphon blood from them and stuff like this, without their permission or with their permission or something like this. But somebody definitely, you telling them that you don't even know. Every time when they came and dealt with you, and I let them take something from you, you was asleep. There's no way you can know what they were doing. But you have a higher level of consciousness, and you telling them what they're doing because you got the consciousness to tell them. And they think that they know because I met with them people over 50 times to do whatever I did or whatever. I know what's going on. You don't. But you told them something that they don't know. And it's true about this higher being that was using them to get to you. Like, do you get what I'm saying? It's something like strange like this. Somebody can't believe something. The debauchery in reverse. There's a wheel of fortune. Every time they come here, they do the same thing to the person. And the times before, you did not know. This is the first time you're able to pick up on the fact that somebody's doing something to you. Or me, whoever this is. All right? Interference in reverse. This could also be somebody coming down to stop these snakes from slithering around or coming around, sliding around your house. or using the fact that you watch them on the screen to link up with you or link with you and then have access to you, but you don't have access to them. Somebody could have found out that a person was coming in some kind of way. Okay. We got the rock star in reverse. We all want to be big. Whose song is that? Kid Rock. Again, throwing rocks and hiding hands. Somebody could have even got pushed down from a high level. Hiding hands. Handmaids hiding handmaids. Somebody could have said they was working on music or they was in the studio or something like this when something happened, but they could be lying. Whoever this is, they could be lying about something, saying that they were in the studio, but they was not. Or saying like, oh, I made this right there on the TV or on the computer in my room or something. But they really could have been going somewhere. Like, oh, I was in my office, right in my downstairs in my office when I made this. But they really could have been in the studio, or they really could have been at somebody else's house, or you know how, oh, that movie, I wanted to see that. It was a movie, some movie about like these singers or whatever. I'm not gonna say that they were rock stars or nothing, but they were like it came out in the past 2-3 years maybe. And they was inspired by each other. You know, one of the movies where, you know, they somebody get close, they fucking, they rocking out, they doing this, they performing together. You know, it's like one of those things. And they had like a tumultuous relationship because of all this. Like somebody could have been on that type of thing, on that type of time. Being sneaky, but they was on that type of time. Hacker in reverse here. This could also be like blaspheming energy here. The debauchery is in reverse again, and then we have the hacker in reverse again. And then the musician again, whoever this is. So I'm guessing all these people, this person looked nervous. See how he biting on this? This person looked nervous. I don't know if this could be like some kind of setup, like somebody was paid to go sit in with somebody, learn how they do something, and then they actually got wrapped up in something where they seen, you know, I don't know. Somebody could have been, I'm gonna just shut up about that, but somebody could have been undercover. That's why I'm getting like undercover. The Queen of Swords could have been right about something. And somebody could have also took this, say you like, hey, I think that I was picking up in one of my readings that something going on in rural America with da-da-da-da-da, and somebody heard you saying this. They work for something. They're an undercover cop secretly, or they work for a secret organization, but they were sitting around you, and you said something, and then they went straight and ran back to their crew or to the military or something and said, you know what, run this up. Because my wife, she be talking that crazy shit, but she said this, or my husband said that. Run this shit real quick. And they're like, oh, damn. Oh. And then the person is like, okay. Because I was watching a show like this, and the girl was like, yeah, no, they doing it like this, look like this, or whatever. To see, this is how they was doing it. And then he's like, oh, who came up? And she was like, I did. I'm like, what you mean? I was just thinking that's if you went over here and they was doing this or whatever, then that's how they would probably do it next. And then the person like, okay. And then other people came in the room with like these military suits, all these guys. She was like the only girl. And he was like, just shut up, don't say nothing, and sitting to the side or whatever. And so she was like, and then he was like, yeah, sir, well, let's look at it like this or something like this. And he was like, oh, well, where'd you get that? He said something to him, and the girl said, yeah, because, and she put another clue in there. And then he was like, wait a minute, wait. And he was like, it looked at her like, shut up. And then he was like, no, what you say? And then she's like, no, I was saying whatever. He's like, who came up with that? And she's like, well, I did. I was just telling him about this, and that. Because he was going to run it. The dude was going to run it like he came up with that idea. But she came up with that idea. You get what I'm saying? She came up with the whole thing of how they could get this thing and do it smooth. All these men was going back and forth like, damn, how could we do this or whatever like this? And the girl in the room that the dude wanted to shut up, she was the one that came up with the plan that actually executed the good plan for them to go in and do the raid or whatever without somebody getting hurt or whatever this is. Because it was just going to be too dangerous. And they was trying to think about a way to make it least dangerous. And she, without even being there or something, she just looked at the grid and she just told me what they should do. So it could be a situation like that. And somebody's like, oh, it's my turn or something. But this person's been doing this say you get a new synthetic every 10 years. This person been doing this every time. There's a higher part. The government knows that this person is doing it. But every time this entity comes in, it's thinking that it got to do something to you. It's their turn this time. They turn like 3 times already. Something you did amazing back 30 years ago, this person got accepted. Something you found out amazing, this person took it to these people and said, look what I found out. And then they got accepted. 30 years down the line, you get what I'm saying? It's every time somebody is like taking a portion of your brain, it's something weird like that. Yeah? And then somebody could be going into happiness here. All right? This could be this karmic energy or something that somebody could also been working with. Like, they mad too because I told these people about these people already. I mentioned them on my channel. These lookalikes or clones or these bots, or I think that's a robot too. Moment of Truth and her. I think that those are both robots. Right? Yeah, we got the High Priestess in reverse here. This could also be a group of people that just wanted to strip you from a higher. You would have been going a whole different way from these people. But they tried to go in that direction and strip you from that, then be together all friends and leave you behind or something. And then they went over there and spent the last 3 years shredding apart you going into a higher dimension or going into a better life or something like this. And then they're going to come back and, because that's why I say these people don't like to think elevated. They think if they're going to stay down and they're going to take the lowly road or the lowly way, you should have to be stuck down here with them, in the everyday rat race. You've been new that all your life. You got to go higher. It's something for you higher. And these people, because they're stuck, they're chained. They feel it's like they're living their lives, but no, they're chained. They're chained, and they wanted you to be chained like them. The rock star in reverse. So that you would have to set people up and strip them in order to remain in the same. This is like somebody promising you, oh, in 1,000 years or whatever, you or in 10 years or whatever, you will be able to be out of this 1,000-year trap that you got yourself into. But every 10 years, you got to offer up somebody else's dreams or destiny or something like this to a deity or something like this. You got to strip them of it while you pretend like you care about them or love them or you're their friend or family member. And then you give, so this is also like some kind of child sacrifice or sacrifice. But first, this is like a spouse or a stranger making you their child illegally first. And then doing that, holding you back and doing that. Like, these people are super weird, man. And they want a truce about something. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what these people do. They're still going to be in a lowly, tormented. That's why a lot of these people probably don't talk that much either. They're stuck. Stuck, and they want you to be stuck with. They want to, yeah. Somebody's heart is about to get ripped out because that's not happening for someone. You're gonna get a chance to rip out this person's heart. This could be somebody that ripped out your heart several times in the background, in front, and humiliated you in front of your friends and stuff. And everybody's laughing because you're supposed to be a lord, or you're supposed to be a god, or you're supposed to be chosen. And we seen this person fuck you up 3 times, and you didn't even do nothing to them. You can't even do nothing back. You can't even see them, and they doing it again right now. They on the 4th season, and you don't even realize it. This is what somebody is sitting back and saying. But I feel like the victory is on its way here in this situation. Hold on one second, y'all.